give me 20 mil, man. You can punch me in the face for that.
Come on, Bryce.
Eating, it should just be whatever you were born as, you compete as. You can dress like however you want, but you just...
The Daniel Ricciardo fanboys that joined Formula One because of Drive to Survive.
Just things on your mind that you just want to talk about. Well, you should be speaking to your mates about those things.
But the following morning, I went, I need to make my money back. And mate, I've ended up betting by accident on greyhounds in South Australia. I see trading I'll be honest with you. I see trading as gambling. You bypass the question. Are you ahead this calendar year in your betting?
I would say hello, welcome back. Here we are at what? Got a question for you, Mr. Hunter. How much? Like, I'm talking millions. How many millions would it take for you to get punched in the face properly by Mike Tyson?
Oh, I'll do $1 million. Just one.
So literally, really, just for him just to go,
yep,
bam, land it straight on that nose of yours.
Yep. I'd suss out, if I could get a few more mil, but no, $1 million. I'd get knocked out for $1 million. I'd let both him and Jake do that for $1 million.
What, $1 million each, or
together? Just once at the one in each cheek. Seriously, mate, $1 million bucks.
No, I'd at least have to go for at least 20.
Really?
Because I tell you what, I reckon either one would do some absolute damage to your face. Like, you're probably going to end up, looking like Michael Jackson at the end of it. No, it's
20 mil. You'd only do 20 mil. No, I'll do it for $1 million right now. If they came in and said, "Hey, can we punch you in the face? We'll give you $500,000 each," I would. I'll do it for $1 million. So
Mike Tyson.
That was such mate. That was a sparring session. That was not a fight.
It was just a money grab.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
But how is the women though? Like, their fight beforehand, brutal. I don't know if you saw, I literally saw the eyelid, it was talking. I don't know if you remember, taco flavored kisses, it was literally, it was gaping and gross. The women just absolutely obliterated each other, whereas the men, in that last fight it was more like a WWE, back in the day. Let's get out Hulk Hogan and, try and get a fake chair and smack him over the head. It was a little bit sad, to be honest.
No, it was. And they literally danced around for the full 8 rounds. They danced. Mike didn't really seem to do much.
Yeah, but at the start, it looked promising. I was actually, because I was sitting on the couch just watching, going I feel like it's only going to be 2 punches and it's all going to be over. And then it started going. I'm like, oh, this is quite interesting. And then got to the second, third round and I'm like, this is done, mate. This is it's just sad.
Yeah, no, it was. Do you know what? I'm glad. I'm not saying it was for free, because we still have to subscribe to Netflix, but majority of us have Netflix anyway. But I'm glad that I didn't pay to watch that. If I paid the old, $50 to fucking pay to watch that, it was disappointing.
Some of them some of them $150, but it's just pay-per-view sort of one, but there's no way you'd want to pay for that. There was people that were actually have been complaining because it was fully buffering, ping, bad ping.
Bad ping. Do you know what though? And that's another smart. Last week, we spoke about Adrian Patelli, obviously, but let's bring this into a business sense again, and I don't know if you watched the Jake Paul thing on Netflix, the Paul and Mike thing. Mate, it's good. It's good. And there was one out, I think, a while ago as well about Jake's past and you know, how he got to be to where he is today. And mate, it's gold because it's funny. And I don't know about you, but I only got to know the Pauls when Logan fought Mayweather. That's when I learnt about the Pauls. What was that? 2017, 2018, I think.
Is this even before Speed and the brother did all those like energy drinks and all the other stuff that they've been doing on YouTube?
Yeah, no, exactly. It was all one big marketing thing, and out of nowhere, from my perspective anyway, out of nowhere, I just saw, YouTuber Logan Paul will fight Mayweather. Now, I knew of Mayweather, I knew he was good, and that was also an interesting fight, but it was such a money grab. But Jake and Logan, they started a YouTube channel together. And because they're so competitive, like you and I, and you never know, we might start two different podcasts and go, who's going to get the biggest following? Wouldn't that be a fucking funny? You can be hard, I'll be what? But Jake and Logan started a YouTube channel which became successful, and then they battled between each other and they said, no, I'm more popular. And then the other one said, no, I'm more popular. And that's then they went their separate ways in a sense and went, well, hold on, let's see who can get the biggest following. So they started doing crazy shit to get the views. And Jake moved out to LA, started doing crazy shit in the Hollywood Hills or West Hollywood. But it's funny. I got to know, not personally, obviously, but I learnt of Logan Paul through this whole Mayweather thing. And I went, oh my God, you know, a YouTuber doing this fight, basically an amateur, doing this fight and then going into WWE. So he signed a contract with WWE. And I don't know if that's all he's allowed to do now. And then back then I saw Jake as his little brother that wasn't maybe as successful. And now, you know, and Logan said this the other day on his podcast. He goes, mate, I've got people coming up to me now going, are you Jake? And, you know, I think Jake has just towered over Logan now, like big time. And you can see that.
100%. Even I know that the fight, it was all about the one brother, but it's that other brother's just standing in the shadow, like really, really much in the shadow now.
Yeah, but he was back in 2018. He was the guy, and Jake was just the other brother. Now it's Jake, and Jake's just taken on everything, and it's really cool to watch it happen. And because look at Logan's success, Prime, you know, and then he's hooked up with Mr. Beast and Mr. Beast's burgers and chocolate, and like, mate, it's all a money making machine. Like it's impressive. It's impressive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think Mike? Do you reckon Mike just did it for the money? Do you think he went, hey, I'm 58 years old? What did he make? 20 or 40?
20. No, so it was 60 altogether, and then it was always going to be to Paul was always going to get 40, and Tyson was always going to get 20.
Right. And I think, what's Jake's company called? He owns the promotional company behind it, and they did the deal with Netflix. So I think he took in that day, fight day, I think he took in over 100 million.
Oh, really? I didn't realize they had more money involved.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
And then he's got his betting company, Better, BETR. And there's a whole heap of money.
Is that his?
Yeah, that's his. Yep.
Oh, because that's the one that I won the money on like 2 years ago, I think it was. Like where everyone just chucked on.
Yeah. What fight was that?
Yeah, so like, no, that was actually on the NRL, because they gave the the 1,000 to 1 odds or whatever it was. You put $10 on and you could win $1,000 for any full season winner. So like whoever won the grand final, I did on the NRL.
Ah.
Yeah.
You do a bit of betting, don't you, Brycey?
I do.
Do we call it betting or gambling?
It's betting or gambling. It's all the same. It doesn't really matter as long as you win, though. No jokes. Always gamble responsibly. what's the new saying? Like, as in, you, you're pretty much about to lose.
Yeah.
Always.
It's like the old cigarette
whatever it
smoking
is.
ads. Remember they changed it from every cigarette you smoke is doing you damage, and then 10 years later it was every cigarette you don't smoke is doing you good. I was like, yeah, I prefer that one.
Yeah.
But so do you keep
exactly.
a cash flow, like profit and loss of your gambling and betting throughout the 12-month period, like financial year? Do you go, hey, I've spent
No
10 grand on
way.
bets, but I've made
No, because
9, or no, it just wouldn't look good on paper.
no, because no, if you did that, I reckon you'd get into an issue with trying to chase your losses, and like it's there for the fun of it. Like as in today, I put on $100 into the account, did a couple of because it was the Cranny Cup on today, so I think it was put on about like 4 bets. One of them won, so I sort of got my money back, and then I just put that on to the last race of the day, and just picked a first four, and quadrupled my money.
Nice.
So
So would you say, if I just asked you off the top of your head, would you
yeah,
say this calendar year, not financial year, but this calendar year you're ahead with your bets?
well, it depends if the ATO are listening or not.
They're always listening, mate. They're always listening.
Yeah, I'm absolutely, definitely down.
But that's a,
Huh?
but if they're not listening, because we live in Jamaica,
If they,
so we're not even.
well, yeah, no, that's it, 100%. Well, that's why would we say the ATO?
Yeah.
No, but I would say that I would be, yeah, I definitely have made a few good wins lately. Not going to say how much,
But are you in profit? Yeah, but
yeah.
hold on. You don't pay tax on making money from bets.
Well, all the dollars you make, really, like, is essentially like
No,
that's what's wrong with our government.
but hold on.
You
If
put
I
more,
if I
well,
go to the casino tonight and make $1 million, I don't pay tax on that.
well, see, it's all very different. It's and then but where do you put that money? You put that into your bank account. All right, well then
But you're allowed to
you
do
get
that.
starting in interest. Yeah, yeah,
I
I get
hear
that.
you.
But
Yeah, if you make interest then
yeah,
off
yeah,
your
yeah.
money,
If,
yeah, you're going to pay tax.
yeah.
But hold on, I see what you're doing here, Mr. Harwatt. You bypass, huh? You bypass the question. Are you ahead this calendar year in your in
I
your
would
in, in
I
your
would
betting?
say I would say I am. I wouldn't say by much because I'd rather just keep it that way.
Okay, fair,
But
fair, fair, yeah,
yeah.
fair enough. Look, I hadn't bet on a horse myself until you put me onto the betting a couple of weeks ago. And then, do you know
Just
what the
on
thing is? I got hooked
on
for like,
stakes day.
was it Stakes Day or Cup Day? Yeah, Stakes Day.
No,
Yeah, Stakes Day.
stakes. Yeah.
But you said, oh, these horses, blah, blah, blah. So I went, yeah, I'll do that. So I whacked hundreds of dollars into my my new TAB account that I opened up. And, I went, oh, this is cool. Maybe I can generate an income doing this. And, the first race I won, I took your advice and I made $150. And then at the end of that day, it was all over. But the following morning, I went, I need to make my money back. And, mate, I've ended up betting by accident on greyhounds in South Australia.
Yeah. It's fun, but greyhounds are hard. Like they're pretty much like you just got to try and obviously pick the winner, but your dog, if it just gets a little bit of a tap, it's in the wall. Like it's brutal.
Do you
It's a
bet?
lot
Do
of
you bet
fun
on
though.
on greyhounds?
Yeah. Don't mind it. I reckon I've got like not. I wouldn't say like it's a full sort of like way or method around trying to do those sort of things, but I find that like these anything if you go to find a race in the greyhounds and you see the list and it's like a $10, $18, $4, and then you get down to like the favorite, and I mean like the shorter favorites, they might be like $3, 3.10, $2.90. I'm going like $20 on one of them, on one of the $3 or close to $3, because they're the best races where you can make the the most amount of money. When it's $1.10, you're really hoping for, one of the other,
Yeah.
other dogs to come up. But it's very rare. But then also, there's so much things that can happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Mate,
As long as you do it responsibly and have fun, that's all it is.
Yeah, I'm not responsible, and I only like fun. So I'm the kind of guy, I go to a casino. You remember this when we were younger.
Oh, I know.
No, if you're gonna
I'm
go,
there. I'm there doing like five.
yeah, you gotta do it the right way and go. I love roulette, and I'm dangerous around a roulette table. I'm the kind of person that gets $1,000 chips and goes, fuck it, put it on red or black, whatever I'm feeling. But it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't bet too much. I don't bet too much.
I know what you mean. Yeah, because I'm sort of like the long term game. Like I like roulette too, and I'll be there trying to do like different little systems and all these, trying to do other ways of trying to beat the casino, which you can never do anyway.
No.
It's more about just it's all luck, and you just
Yep.
got to pick the right numbers.
Yep.
But I'll be there trying to do this and then mitigating my losses with trying to do these bets and try and play the longer game. Whereas I know what you're like, and you'll bet like $100 on the table. You might get back your 250, and you're like, okay, 250 on red.
Yep. Exactly.
And yeah.
Yep.
Whereas I'm like, no, I'll take that 150 to the side and I'll bet that 100.
Yeah.
Because then I've only really lost. Like I'm actually then playing just with the house's money.
Yep. Yep. No, exactly. See, it's no different. Look, and you and I have done some trading. I see trading I'll be honest with you. I see trading as gambling. Completely. I know people say, hold on, there's reputable traders out there that are doing their research, on company information, waiting for mergers, waiting for people, companies to find gold or this or lithium or whatever it might be. But that's also still hope and guessing. And it is, I think, like I dabbled in a bit of Forex, foreign exchange trading, and this is going back several years ago. I lost, $45,000 in a week just on on foreign exchange trading. Now it can be very profitable, but if there's a world leader, because we're dealing with foreign exchange, if you're dealing with, if there's a world leader that says something tomorrow, that can change your whole program and your whole strategy of foreign exchange trading. The trading world, I think, given technology as well, the trading world has changed. We are all trading based on a pump and dump. Like it is. It's what's popular. If everyone's buying it, the price is going to go up. And I can guarantee you 80% of the investors are not doing any research. They're going, hold on, I'm just hearing about this stock and I'm going to buy it. And then you've got these bag holders. I'm quite sure you might be holding a couple of bags from recommendations from people 2.5 years ago that went, hold on, this is going to fly to the moon, this one. And
yes.
But it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. Like as in that one that that you are speaking of. Yeah, that's my AKA Tats Lotto ticket. That if it ever got into close to being 0.00 something, I'll be rich. But until that day, they're just. I'm happy for it just to sit there. Whatever.
Yep. And you got and you have to be happy with that decision.
Yeah.
But back to betting, I'll tell you, I'm a huge Formula One fan, massive Formula One fan.
Which I couldn't even tell you what go-karts are running around the track with what sponsors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Max Verstappen, I know there's a Ferrari team, Mercedes, and there's a BW something or other. I don't know.
So, name an Aussie driver.
Ricciardo, isn't it?
That's exactly who I want to talk about, because if I was a bettor, If I was a guy placing bets and there was an option that could place bets around that guy getting sacked, and this is going to be controversial because I'm telling you right now, Aussies, 99% of them are Daniel Ricciardo obsessed, right? And for some reason, I'm an Aussie. I love Formula One. I love Aussie sport people. I love Aussie everything. But Daniel Ricciardo, I feel like I'm one in a trillion that just never actually saw his talent. And I believe there's a following. I wish I could have placed a bet on all his sackings that he received, because I would have made a lot of money. I kid you not, a lot of money. This guy
Is he still?
he got fired. No, he got fired. And this is the thing: the Daniel Ricciardo fanboys that joined Formula One because of Drive to Survive. So you've got the real Formula One lovers and people that are passionate about Formula One that have watched it their whole life. And then you've got the Drive to Survive fans, I call them. And Daniel Ricciardo he's very marketable. He's good at what he does in terms of all that. And that is why a lot of these teams brought him on. But you've got these, I call them DR fanboys in Australia that are Daniel Ricciardo obsessed. And mate, they used to think he was the best driver in all of Formula One. No joke. And you see all the comments online. Oh, mate, they went, oh no, if he was in the right car and if he ever lost or if he came 7th or 10th or 15th, they would find the most.
But who is he driven for?
Oh, so he started at Toro Rosso, which was Red Bull's junior team.
Yes.
Then he got promoted to Red Bull. Yeah. To drive with Max. As soon as Max got good, because Max was a junior, as soon as Max got good, Daniel felt threatened. Daniel out of nowhere, I look like Trump, out of nowhere, Daniel just left Red Bull because another team, and back then a shittier team, being Renault, offered him big money. I think it was 40, 50 million a year. And that was big coin for Daniel. He just went, fuck you, Red Bull. Next best thing, I'm going to Renault. Didn't even tell Red Bull. So Red Bull's manager saw it in the media and he went, hold on, we've guided you into Formula One. We've put you in our junior team, in our top team. Now you're just bailing on us. And Daniel Ricciardo thought, I'm the best and I'm going to win races in Renault. Now, Renault weren't a top tier team. They weren't in the top 3 or 4 or even maybe 5. And he went there for the money. And this is the power of money because we all do things for money. But the problem is all his fans followed him to Renault, right? Then he fucks over Renault to go to McLaren, right? And then McLaren, and I'm sitting there going, hold on, he's not good. And all these fanboys out there, and I don't care how controversial or how far this video goes, right? I'm going to get so much hate for this. But the amount of fans that were constantly blaming, oh, it's the team, oh, it's the car, he's driving a tractor, how can he win races and this and this and this? And I've told everyone, he's going to get fired. He's going to get fired. He's going to be replaced. Fair enough. He got replaced, right? Then...
When was this?
Oh, this is a couple of years ago now when he left McLaren, right? But then he leaves McLaren. Then he tries to suck up Red Bull's ass again. So that you got to think the first team that he bailed on and went, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm a great ambassador. I can sell Red Bull stuff. Bring me on board somehow in any capacity. So they bring him on board and they put him in the junior team again. So funnily enough, he ended up back where he first ever started. And then all of a sudden, he's not winning races, obviously. And look, I get it. In that car, you can't win races. Yeah. But he's not anywhere that he should have been in the races. And again, Daniel Ricciardo...
Hang on.
Yep. Challenge me, Brycey.
Hang on. So you're saying that he goes back into that first car, but he can't win in that car. How is that? Aren't they all built to be the same? Like, there's not meant to be any advantage. Like, you can't cheat in that sport. So, how could, like, someone could potentially win out of that car that he
Yep.
was in,
No,
but he just,
correct. You're absolutely
yeah.
right. You can win. They're all, see it this way. Formula One, ultra high performance. You are dealing with top tier racing. Formula One is the top tier. It's above NASCAR. It's above V8 supercars. It is fighter pilot shit. Like you're going through 6, 7 Gs in a corner. So it's big. It's like fighter pilot stuff. So yeah, he could win. Obviously, he could win. But every car across the grid, they're
What do
within
they?
a second of each other in a lap
But
time.
do they have any advantages, like over, like, as in, like, how some cars potentially could perform better on corners or straights or turning or this or that?
Yeah.
Is there, like Ferrari does a better corner, McLaren does a better, I don't know, like, straight.
Yep.
Do you know, like when they
Yep.
are allowed to take
Yep.
over and they put up their,
Yep.
I don't know, what is it?
Yeah, correct. The front spoilers, the rear wing, they can
Yeah,
adjust the settings.
got you.
Every car loves a certain track. So Ferrari, we got Las Vegas on tomorrow. Mercedes are performing very well, but it's interesting. Every car is suited to a different track, but across all tracks, it sort of all works out. But at the end of the day, they're all within a second of each other in a lap time, right? But these Daniel Ricciardo fanboys, and they are Australian, right? They're all Australian fanboys. And mate, the hate that I've received online when I comment just my thoughts is phenomenal. And every one of Daniel Ricciardo's teammates gets death threats. You suck. You're this, you're that. The team's letting Daniel down. And he's gone to all these different teams. And fair enough, he got fired again a couple of months ago. And Liam Lawson has replaced him. And now he's nowhere to be seen. He's not in the F1 paddock. He's just disappeared. But yeah, if I could have placed bets on Daniel Ricciardo getting fired from McLaren and Red Bull Visa team, if that option was there, mate, I would have put all the money on it. All the money on it.
It's just, yeah, well, and it's not like the first time I've heard you say this, because I've heard you say this over the years, like many times, like you've just never liked him, Dan Ricard, in, as a driver.
As a driver.
You preferred other drivers. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, as in, I don't know if it's just more the Dutch heritage coming out. Like, you are Aussie, but there is some little bit of Dutch there. So is it really?
The Max Verstappen is coming out in me.
Verstappen's, with my clogs.
You've been, haven't you? You've been to Holland, haven't you?
Yeah. Had the poffages and, all that sort of stuff.
Did you like Holland?
And, yeah, it was so long ago. I actually would, we'll have to, take the podcast over there. Have to get over there and just, enjoy Europe.
We'll go to a cafe and do our potty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll do a Dutch potty with some potty.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you?
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on trans?
Oh, I think it's just, to be honest, it's a bit ridiculous. Like, I don't think that they should be competing. It should just be whatever you were born as, you compete as. You can dress like however you want, but you just play on the either male versus female. Because just remember this, there is an open leagues in most sports where you can play mix. If they want to do that,
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep.
But I don't see how it's fair for someone who is, built, who's got male genes, playing, football or like weightlifting, for example, and then you transition into saying that you are now a female in those sports when you will have a clear advantage. It's just like, I'm all about like a fairness. And if I wanted to go and see, the transgender, someone beating someone to the absolute, the highest, the fastest, and everything to be the best, I just go to these are the the games that are coming up, all that they want to do. You know, it's the ones where they're doing all the drugs, like they're allowing all the drugs. I can't think of what it's called. It's the I can't even think of what it's called. But yeah, like that, like that's the sort of one there. I don't know. Like, what's your thoughts on it?
No, I agree completely with. I agree with you completely. I'm confused about. I'm confused about the going from male to female or female to male. So,
Yeah.
you know, whether that's on a driver's license, passport, being recognized as, I find that, does that make sense? Like, I don't find that right. I'm not okay with that. I'm happy with people who want to be who they want to be. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. And I'm okay with that. And I know they're going to say, well, you don't need to be, we don't require acceptance, but deep fucking down, they are craving acceptance because that's all I see.
Yeah.
It's no different with racism. You know, people go, oh, you know, don't talk about it. We don't need your acceptance. There's a craving for acceptance. That's how our society works. But yeah, like when Bruce Jenner turned into Caitlyn, and I think he or she was, she was the person to really, she was like the choke on a lawnmower to get it going. And she got that ball rolling. She used a platform like, you know, Kendall and Kylie are my daughters, and I'm going to use this platform to go on the cover of Vanity as Caitlyn Jenner. Do you know what I mean? Like that's...
Like, did they run out of ideas for the show? They're like, oh, hang on. What can we do? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's get, you know, let's do something that's so controversial. But I think people talk about this because the transgender people want everyone to talk about it. But really, is there, like, how big of a population do they actually make up? And I don't think it's that much, really. So I don't really think it's anything to be too concerned about.
I love that. Should we be concerned? But no, mate, I agree with you. But what it's doing is I find, and I get it, when there's a normalcy for something, more people will go, I feel more comfortable to come out. But I'm finding that young people are also testing. They're testing their identity. So I think I'm just using this as an example, doesn't exist. I don't know this as a fact, but I'm going to assume, like, let's say you have a 13-year-old that's feeling a bit depressed tomorrow or for a few weeks.
Yeah.
You know, do they start going, oh, and it's like the term anxiety. Like in our day, anxiety, we knew it was there, but we just dealt with it. Now it's this huge thing.
What was that? Anxiety was, oh, they're shy.
Yeah, or nervous. Yeah, or nervous or something. Yeah, exactly. Or something like that. But like I'm starting to see people going, you know, I'm going to be trans for a year to see how that goes. You know, like, hey, hold on, this isn't a job. This isn't, hey, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to start this sales role just to see how it goes. We're talking about your life. You can't use that you're a bit upset or down in the dumps, or maybe I'm not myself and shit, maybe I'm trans and I feel like I should be a woman because I like using hair product. You know, and I'm finding that there's a lot of people and they're going from, you know, and again, I've got nothing. I know gay people. I know a lot of gay people, but I know a lot of gay people, and I don't mind if someone's gay. You know, I've got gay friends. You know, I've got gay relatives. I do. But there's people out there testing. It's like testing the market. They're testing to be gay, and you say, oh, you know, they're gay now. And then 12 months later, they're not gay anymore. It's like, well, hold on. And I'm seeing that kids, because of all this trans stuff, are testing, you know, oh, would I be happier if I was a girl tomorrow? And I'm allowed, because otherwise it's discrimination, but I can choose to be a girl tomorrow, you know, if I'm a boy today. Like, where does it stop? No, but can you imagine, mate, like you coming into my place when we're 10 years old and you're like, hey, today I identify as a girl. and it might just last a few weeks. And now they're talking about you can identify, I know you know this, as a dog and then there was a crazier one, seasons. You can identify as autumn. Like, how does that work?
It's just, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, isn't it? And that's where, like, isn't it? It's very hard for us to, we didn't grow up in this new world that was sort of like, it's so woke that everyone's too scared to like sneeze in the wrong direction, or they're too scared to say things, and people judging them, and people getting fired for like misrepresenting someone for their because they want to be known as XYZ.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
No, but all
But
this.
this is the other thing as well. Like, is it those people that are testing the world? Are they like what we put them into, like cross dressing into that like fantasy land? Like, is it then? Is it a costume, or is it mentally that they're trying to I guess test the world?
I think it's.
Is it like yeah?
I think it's.
Is it a looks, or is it the mindset?
But this is what worries me, mate. I have off days. You have off days. God, I might feel great being a woman tomorrow. But if you want to be a woman and you're happy with that decision, that's great. That's not. I personally don't think that should change on your birth certificate. I can't edit my parents on my birth certificate. I can't edit my eye color on my license. But shit, you've got males and females changing all this shit around. And I just don't understand. And,
I think it's more, what they're doing is very similar to like changing your name. They're just changing what they perceive their gender is, which is there's only two genders.
yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong here. And please, people, put it in the comments if I'm wrong, because I'd love to be educated. Don't you need the surgery?
No.
Don't you need the surgery
No.
to be recognized? Like, I think Bruce Jenner had to get the Franks and Beans taken away to get the F on his license, on Shim's license.
Really?
I think so. And Caitlin or Bruce, if you're watching, please let us know. Upload a pic of your life, because I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
I thought you wanted a before and after.
Oh, give us a before and after. But I think you have to go the surgery
Yeah.
to do that.
I don't think
know,
that's
man.
actually. I don't think. No. I think they're just.
Can you Google it? Have you got your phone with you or not?
Nah. I don't have the phone with me.
Um,
I don't want that. I don't want that coming up my algorithm.
Yeah, imagine that. You start getting Instagram reels. Oh, hey, Brycey, it's Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner here. I'm on a Facebook group called Blokes Advice.
No.
I think
I'm
I have
not on that
invited you in the past. It is a really cool platform
Okay.
for blokes all round. And they talk about their struggles in life, their achievements in life. It's a real open platform. But what's been stressing me out lately and also saddens me is the dark dog, or the black dog that they call it, suicidal. And it's really sad, man. And I don't know if it's just me, but I've been a part of this group for a few years, and seeing a few times a week someone saying how they're feeling, and it's financial stress, it's all these stresses. It's getting scary. Like, mental health is getting scary. And I think it's changing. Because
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's the most important part about it, is like actually communicating and actually talking about it. If you do have any sort of issues, or you've got just things on your mind that you just want to talk about, well, you should be speaking to your mates about those things. There's nothing that you should be ashamed of.
Yep.
It's like, because your friends who you hang around with, unless you've got no one, and then that's where it becomes hard, where you've got no one. You might have friends, but you might not have anyone that you want to really, communicate and tell all these like intimate things about you, whether they are, controversial or they're just something that are so minute in your life. But sometimes it's important, and you need to speak about those things.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'll tell you what blows me away is the amount of support in that group blows me away even more. And I'm seeing, like I said, I'm seeing these comments a few times a week. Hey, love someone to talk to. So my recommendation for anyone that is listening, if you're going through a tough time, struggling, there's answers to everything. And please do join Bloke's Advice, because the support that I've seen, I've never posted on it. I haven't really commented on it. I've been there for a few people, but the support in that group is massive. And I'm talking hundreds of comments to someone saying, hey, call me now. Here's my number. I'm free 24/7. Give me a call. It's really cool to see that, especially in Australia. I don't know, we're one big community, but mate, it breaks me. Kid you not. You open Facebook up and you see these people, hey, we've got the dark cloud or the black dog or the dark dog, whatever it's called, and financial stress on people, and it's sad. But have you got any uplifting news, Bryce?
Uplifting news. Oh, well, I don't know what else is uplifting at the moment. It's hard. It's hard when you're sort of watching the news all the time and stuff like that. But the uplifting part is getting to the end of the year and having Christmas and whatever anyone celebrates. But it's really about just having time off work. I know that you have sort of at the moment, Hunter, you're having a early Christmas holiday.
We'll call it an early Christmas sabbatical. Yes.
So, yes, absolutely. Yep. You can call that one. Yep. And then let me know when you finish that sabbatical.
Yep.
I'm looking forward really to the end of the year. It's just it's such a I don't know, for some industries it's sort of like is their busy period. Sometimes it's the closing up. It's the industry I work in. It's sort of just it really gets the crux, and it's just that last little push to sign off everything, get it all done, and then you can literally just walk away and come back next year and just get back into that lovely 9 to 5.
So when do you finish this year? What do they not right up until Christmas
20th.
Eve? Oh, 20th. That's not bad.
Yeah. So because you have to request to have it off. So I've got the 20th, and then I come back. I think it's on the 8th. So
nice.
Get a little bit of time off. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And where are you Christmas Day?
Cranny Downs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Where are you?
Christmas at home this year. Normally I come down to Melbourne, but I'm not this year. So
you're
lovely
not
mother.
Coming?
No, the mother's flying up. So
lovely.
Yep, Mummy Bear is hopping on a plane in a few weeks' time and coming up for 10 days or so. So we'll do some crayfish, oysters, air conditioning.
Oh, very. Yep.
A Port Douglas Christmas.
Yeah, wow.
There's one thing I do every year with Mum, and because when I was a kid, all I wanted, because you got one, all I wanted was was one of those Game Boys. The first proper Game Boy.
Yeah.
And I still ask her now. So every year when she goes, "What do you want for Christmas?" I want the model from back then. I want the 95 or the 1996 Game Boy.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping this year is my year that I'm getting the Game Boy. How many batteries did that take back in the day? Did you have
4 batteries? I still got it.
Mate, do you know how much they're worth now?
I wouldn't have a clue because I've still got the games and everything.
Donkey Kong.
I'm pretty sure Donkey Kong. I've got Mega Man. Something. Yeah, some other these Kirby's Dreamland or something like that. And it's like that green one, and I still got the black case that it comes in. So like it goes around your neck, and then you can put it in the front there, and you can sort of like flip it open and play it. You know,
Yeah, nice.
just yeah.
Mate, I never got a Game Boy. My list was always
Really?
Game Boy or Pee Wee 50. I wanted a Pee Wee 50. And you can imagine my mum,
jeez.
no, you're not getting any of that with her Dutch accent. And now she goes, "Oh, I feel really bad that I never really gave you what you wanted when you were a kid. And I'm wondering if she did it out of spite. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know about that. You pretty much got whatever you wanted. I'm surprised you didn't get a Game Boy, to be honest. But didn't you get a PlayStation 5? No, PSP?
No, I was 21 when I bought a PSP.
Oh, okay. My bad. Buy your own present.
Yeah, no, I bought when I was an adult, I bought all my nostalgic things that I never really got.
Got you.
Remember the brain yo-yo?
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Mate, that was so good. The brain yo-yo. Did you do any housework today, Bryce?
Housework, I did actually. Yeah, I was. Oh man, I've been slaving away all day. I did the dishes. I cooked the
Hold on, what's the
dog's
dishes?
chicken.
You got a dishwasher, yeah?
No, not yet.
Oh, you don't have a
So-
dishwasher yet?
No. I've got two hands here that dives deep into the water, and I do the dishes here every now and then. To be fair, my job is really the one that dries and puts them away, aka I just let them dry naturally and then I put them away the next day.
Or you hope that
not
hope that
always-
your wife puts them away after they've dried.
Well, it's
Huh?
not the favorite. It's it's not my wife's favorite method of mine, but it does eventually happen. But no, today I had to do it all by myself. Believe it or not. She had to go get her nails done, so I thought I might treat her and I'll do the dishes myself. And I cooked the dog's chicken, and then I did all the dishes from the cooking as well. And then I really didn't really do too much else. I just
So you
played a little
so
bit
you
of
did the
Rocket
dishes.
League. Yeah, pretty much.
I love that. He added a bit around the house today.
Yeah.
Dishes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Trust you not to have a bloody dishwasher, mate. Trust
Yeah,
you
I
not to
know.
select that
Yep.
when you were sitting down with your building company, that you didn't go, yep, I just definitely want one installed.
Do you know what? Unfortunately, fridge and dishwasher don't come with a package.
No, I hear you, but did you not think, have you got a space for please tell me you got a space for a dishwasher and you've currently got bins there or something.
I've got a recycle bin and a normal bin.
in where the dishwasher's supposed to go. Yeah.
100%.
Okay, so at least you
So-
made room for it.
Yeah, but the hard thing is if I get a dishwasher, then where do you put the bin? We've got no space for a bin.
You're going to use that as a tight ass excuse that the house can never have a dishwasher. You won't. How much is a dishwasher worth these days?
Oh, I reckon they're like probably anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000.
Do you know that for a fact?
Like it's a lot. Oh, I think that's what the wife said. Well, otherwise we would have already had one by now.
Mate.
But it's one of those expenses that it's then bills come and you got to pay them. Like it's tough life.
Mate, I love that you haven't done. That is so you. You are in a brand new house, state of the art home, and you don't have a dishwasher.
Yeah,
That's like me saying, "Hey, yeah, we've got no toilets here. We just shit out the back."
Apparently we're getting one before Christmas because the wife says, "Oh yeah, we got to get one before Christmas." I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure, righto."
So hold on. Do you want a dishwasher, or who wants it more, your wife or you?
Oh, the wife, 100%. I couldn't
you're
care
being-
less.
So you are being the tight ass here.
Well, no, because we'll have to spend our money on the new dishwasher anyway. So
Right.
it's not really a tight ass that's coming to. Otherwise, I would just say, "Yeah, don't worry about it."
Record. I really want to get into the dots on the head, and I wanted to raise it in the first episode, but I thought Nah, it's too soon. And I wasn't sure when you said last episode, oh, that hairline there. And I was about to say, yeah, how come yours looks so prevalent, but you're balding? But you got
100%.
you got the famous dots done.
I did. Yep.
Are you
They
happy
call
with
it
it so far?
Yeah, SMP.
Oh, is that what it's
it's
called?
great.
SMP.
Yep. Yep.
Right.
So, it's just pretty much it's no different to like getting a tattoo. They just have a tattoo gun and they just, fill in the color that matches your skin tone, and then they just start tapping away on your head.
Nice.
Just filling in, sort of doing like little dots at a time, just and then
Is that all in
it
one?
sort of hurts.
One day. One day.
No, you normally do it over a few sessions, normally 2, but unless you're a tight ass like me, you do it over 3, because then you get the discount of having the students do the first one, and then the second one they fix up any of the students' mistakes, and then they do the last one like by the professional as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
So when did this come
was well-
out? Is this
it was well
new?
worth
Is
it.
this something new? When did this technology come out?
I think it's been around for a long time. I think the people just didn't really choose to really do it. I reckon it's come about because of like the Instagram and that social world that's just exploded by everyone's wanting their appearance to be, I guess, better.
Yeah.
And the only reason I got it done was I had a colleague that sort of said like, "Hey, I got it done. Go over chat to them. They'll probably say exactly what I'm going to say. You've got at least the border for like them to do all the little bits and pieces, and they'll make it look great." And yeah,
So was this the day you went to work with your head shaved that you were talking about in the last episode?
no. So that was like years late. Like I'm talking like just before I got married is when I got this done.
Right.
And the colleague's like, well, he got his done, but he only recently got it done too, like in the start of the year. So
It looks good. Like I said last week, it looks like you've got a full head of hair, but you choose to shave it. Do you know what I mean?
I do choose to shave it.
Yeah. Speaking of technology and tattoos, Elon Musk, life on Mars. Life on Mars soon.
Oh, life on Mars. I think no way. Like we're never going to get to that stage. Not in our lifetime. Not in I just don't see how it's possible when the atmosphere doesn't even have at least the 5 things that we need to even survive. Like as in oxygen, water, the temperature and all of that. Like it's pretty much like a wasteland. Like you couldn't live there. It's too hot, too cold. And that's why there's nothing there.
Look, he's a pretty determined guy, and he says that in his lifetime, he will live on Mars.
The only way that I could see something happening on Mars is if they got a bunch of bacteria, put it all into a massive rocket, and maybe had like, I don't know, continually having these rockets and just sending them to Mars to explode on there, and then release all these bacteria and all the water molecules and everything on there, so then it could habitate maybe, I don't know, some sort of civilization. But I find it'd be very, very difficult, and the resources and how much that would cost would be, not sort of like achievable in our lifetime or in the future to come. But that's the only way I see it happening.
Yep. Are you a fan of what you've seen from his robot so far?
Oh, I think everything he does is great. Some of the things that is not for me. Like I'm not ready for an electric car, and more so not ready for electric car in Australia because, let's be honest, it's practically one big desert island, and getting from if you're sort of staying in the cities, it's fine, I get it, but driving out just even regional areas, where are you plugging in these cars? Like, I just don't see the infrastructure in Australia to be even worthwhile getting one if your sole purpose is to travel around Australia or even travel outside of the metropolitan area.
Yep. Yep. No, I hear you. But mate, his robots. Like, can you imagine getting one of those bad boys delivered for the first time? What are they? What are they called? Orpheus? No.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Let's just call it Orpheus. Orpheus arrives at you.
Okay.
Orpheus arrives via DHL. Like, can you imagine they unbox him on the driveway and then it walks to your door and knocks and says, "Hi, I'm Orpheus. How are you? What can I do for you? Make me a fucking coffee." But imagine something like that in your house out of nowhere. Because they're not bad. What is it? I think it's 45 Aussie. 45 grand.
Yeah, right. Okay.
That's not bad.
And
like, imagine yours doing the dishes for you.
Oh, 100%. That's worth 45K right there.
That's what I mean. Fuck the dishwasher.
And then that and the clothes washing. Oh my God, yeah, get that out of the way.
But can you imagine sitting on a chair, you hop in the garage, you go, "Hey, wash my car," and you just watch them do it. "Hey, can you go to Coles?" Hop in the car, go to Coles, tell them to drive. Do you know what I mean? Teach them how to drive. Cook me dinner.
That's gold.
Do you want to go Harvey's in one when they come out next year?
Yeah, we'll do one.
Yeah, you get it for 6 months. Yeah. I'll train him up at my end. So if he lands at Chelsea and it's giving you a hand job on day one, you know what's happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap for episode 2. And hey, like, subscribe and share, as they say. And we'll see you next week for episode 3.